Welcome to JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today, we'll be talking about the Rolex Sky-Dweller, an Oyster Perpetual in 18-karat Everose gold with a chocolate dial on an Oyster bracelet. Reference number 326935. Now, this model is actually quite special, as this is the only Sky-Dweller this year, 2020, in which you can get a chocolate dial. Only available with the Everose gold case and bracelet. All the yellow gold, two-tone, as well as the steel and white gold versions do not offer chocolate dials. So again, this is a very special model. There's also some really special things about Sky-Dwellers in general, but more on that later in the video. We'll be going over the case, the bezel, the dial, crown, movement, and the bracelet, and I'll be giving you my thoughts throughout this video. This case, as with all Sky-Dwellers, is 42 millimeters in diameter from finger to thumb. Made of 18-karat Everose gold for strength and durability, especially when it comes to color. The architecture is the monoblock middle case, as you would expect, say with all the other Oyster Perpetuals, Datejusts, and the like. It also comes with the screw-down case back and the winding crown to ensure waterproofness down to 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. The bezel is also made of 18-karat Everose gold, matching the case and in the fluted style, capable of attracting attention from anywhere in the room with its textured look and practical legacy. Originally, the fluted look was made for the function of screwing the bezel directly onto the case to ensure waterproofness, and over time it simply became an aesthetic element, and today is the mark of distinction and always in gold. In this case, Everose gold, which, by the way, Everose gold is Rolex's own proprietary blend of gold and other metals, I believe platinum, in order to ensure that this gold color retains its warm tones and warm hues throughout its lifetime, much longer than, say, any other rose gold on the market. So, good to know. But while we're still talking about the bezel in the Sky-Dweller line, the fluted bezel actually does carry with it additional functions, but a little bit more on that later in the video. The crystal, as you can see, is of a transparent, scratch-resistant sapphire, so there's no fear of suit threads or buttons damaging it. There's also that Cyclops lens directly over the date for ease of reading. Alright. And now, onto the dial. This model is also rather special. But first, what fits this into Rolex's catalog in terms of appearance is that this specific model has a chocolate sunray pattern with index hour markers with applied chroma-light display and a date window at the 3 o'clock position, positioned under the Cyclops lens for easy reading. But what makes it special in Rolex's catalog are all the other functions within this dial. Now, let me zoom in here. The most notable being that there is a large off-center 24-hour dial with a fixed red triangle at its top position. Now, you're probably wondering what this is for. Now, the dial, much like that of the date window, rotates counterclockwise as this indicator is fixed. And as it's a 24-hour dial, it's much easier to tell day and night cycles. But take a closer look at this dial. You'll notice also that there's a red rectangle at the 12 o'clock hour position. If I move the light in just the right angle, you can see it. It's a little red rectangle just between that index hour mark and the bezel. And so, what is that function? Well, what else is counted in multiples of 12? Donuts, eggs, cupcakes, or, I might just be hungry while looking at this chocolate dial, but if you guessed months, you'd be right. Between the hour index markers and the bezel are month indicators, which take advantage of a reliable annual calendar thanks to an ingenious mechanism named Saros, patented by Rolex, integrated into the mechanism, the movement itself. and whose unique design was inspired directly by the astronomical phenomenon of the same name. This annual calendar automatically differentiates between 30-day and 31-day months. It displays the correct date throughout the year and only requires one single adjustment per year, and that would be on the 1st of March, because February has either 28 or 29 days depending on the leap year. And you may be wondering how all of this works. Well, I have the bezel rotated all the way. Yes, I said rotated. You can actually rotate this bezel. But if you rotate it all the way to the left side, like rotate it counterclockwise until it can move no more, all right? You can simply unwind the crown to the first position, which, by the way, has those 2 dots indicating the twin lock waterproofness system. So you can definitely go down to 100 meters with no issue. All right, so this first position allows you to wind the watch in every configuration. No holds barred, you can always wind the watch. Pulling it out to the final position, that's right, final position. You can move the minute hand. It also hacks the seconds hand, so there's no strange movement, but when you move the minute hand, it also moves the large dial. So this is why it's the first setting. So if you want to set your time to, say, a different time zone, you can. So since I'm in the Pacific time zone, I'm GMT -8, so I'll just go back about 8 hours. All right, and now I can rotate the bezel to the right. Feel that click? No longer hacking the seconds. Now I can change something else. What can I change? The hour hand. This now allows me to set the time to the current time in the Pacific time zone, while still maintaining the secondary time zone within the offset dial. All right, rotate the bezel once more, and now I can change the date. And notice that when I rotate this, rotate the crown clockwise, the days go backward, but if you'll notice, the little red indicator has moved from the 12 to the 11. That means it is now November 25th, according to the watch. And remember, November has 30 days, correct? So if I move it forward 30 days, and 30 days have September, April, June, and November. Huh. Well, maybe that might be wrong, but maybe I was wrong. But in any case, right now it is December, and advancing the date past the 31st will take us into January 1st. Very nice. And so then that is how you set the months, by simply making the date wheel fly forward. All right, and note that February only goes up to 29 days, or maybe not. Well, anyway, I believe it works automatically. Yeah, it works automatically. So setting it manually allows you to see all 31, but when you let the watch go automatically, it will actually set properly. So, this may not be the absolute best demonstration, but it is one that demonstrates at least the functionality. All right, so, and I believe if you move it to the last position, it simply does nothing. This is sort of a locked position, so that if you ever are taking this watch out and you need to, say, just wind the watch, there's no fear of, accidentally pulling the crown all the way out and, fiddling with the time or the day or the date or even the month. You can have that peace of mind knowing that nothing will accidentally change. So you just push it back in to the first position and you can wind it, as you can hear. All right, and so what makes all of this possible was the movement. The movement is the caliber 9001, manufactured by Rolex in-house. It is a perpetual mechanical self-winding with dual time zones and the annual calendar. It has a precision of ±2 seconds per day after casing, with the center hour, minute, and seconds hands, with the 24-hour display on an off-centered disc. The secondary time zone has an instantaneous annual calendar at 3 o'clock with rapid setting of the date. The month display has 12 apertures around the circumference of the dial, with the stop seconds for precise time setting, as I have just demonstrated. The oscillator is a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring with high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers, essentially meaning that this is resistant to any sort of electromagnetic interference. And say if you were to drop this watch, please do not drop this watch ever. This is an excellent feat of human engineering. But say if you happened to drop this watch, it would still be keeping time just fine thanks to the Paraflex shock absorbers. The winding is internal and bidirectional self-winding via a perpetual rotor, so you can simply put this on your wrist after having wound it fully, and your natural movements of your wrist will keep it wound. Altogether, this will allow up to 72 hours of power reserve, so you can set this down, pick it up several days later, and it will still be keeping track of time just fine. This bracelet is the Oyster style bracelet with the flat 3-piece links, with the high polish down the center links, with the satin finish on the outer links, and high polish on the sides. Alright, and moving down to the clasp, it is the folding Oyster clasp, as you would expect, with the Easy Link 5mm extension. Now, here it is closed, and should you need the extra 5mm due to different wrists, due to your wrist size changing throughout the day based on your hydration levels, if you need that extra 5mm, simply just pull it out at a 4 or 5 degree angle, and there you go, extra 5mm with that half link right there. All right, and while I have this open, we can try it on, and I can give you some more of my thoughts. Now, all of that movement inside, as well as the Everose Gold, makes this quite a heavy timepiece. I can definitely feel this on my wrist, and at my wrist size of 7.25 to 7.5 inches in diameter, it's actually rather large. Granted, this is a 42mm case, so I'm getting a lot more case than bracelet when I take a look at it. But it has still a very nice form factor because of the fluted bezel here. So if I have a long sleeve, it fits right underneath just fine. And I'm sure it would work just fine with a suit cuff as well. So feeling the weight distribution, it's definitely at the top for me. Granted, this bracelet is not actually sized to my wrist, but it is right underneath the case. That's where the center of gravity feels. So this is certainly a hefty watch with hefty mechanics, extremely engineered. All right, and when it comes to the color as an accessory, well, if you do have a larger wrist than me, this would act as an extremely good accessory. And seeing who this watch is for, it's for people who are so busy that they're more likely to take advantage of things that are of the flip and forget type of mentality, where this watch certainly delivers on that front. You don't need to remember the day of the week. You don't need to remember the month. You don't need to remember the time, really, because it's all right here. This functionality is an excellent conversation starter as well. As it's not very often that you have such a large off-center 24-hour dial, especially on a Rolex. And if you have that larger wrist, it will be more of an accessory, without compromising on the excellent functionality. So, enough of what I think. What do you think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like, as it really helps our channel out. And be sure to share this video with anybody looking for their next watch, or is perhaps thinking of upgrading to one of these extremely well-engineered timepieces known as a Rolex Sky-Dweller, an Oyster Perpetual model. And don't forget to subscribe, click that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video. Don't forget, if you want to buy this or any other watch, be sure to put in your order at jazztime.com. Links in the description below.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.